are you? Hope that you're having a great day. We are live. All right. I am going to be talking to Lauri from the Gentle Homeopath. Hey, Lauri. And I'm going to pin this because what we're talking about is salad. And then also about the raw vegan bundle that's available right now. Lauri and I are both contributors to that, so you're going to learn a little bit more about it. We're going to wait for her to come on in. Come on in, Lauri, if you know how to do so. Let's see. Hit request down at the bottom.
Sorry about that. Okay, guys. We're going to do a salad today. Salads can be part of your life. And I think. Hi, Lauri.
Hi. I just had to turn my camera around. Hey.
Well, that's the wrong way. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Good.
Newbie and working out these kinks.
Oh, I know, right? Trying to figure out technology daily.
I've learned so much.
I know, right?
Yeah.
How has your Saturday been? Do you have a farmer's market that's local to you?
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, I go to, but I don't have a stand at a farmer's market.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, do you have any farmers markets that are near you? Where are you living? Are you in Canada?
I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where Melissa used to live. Yeah. So there is a farmer's market. There's an excellent one about 6 blocks from me. So I just take my little cart and stock up. It's once a week.
That's
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And is the weather good down there or up there?
It is. It's been really hot here.
Oh.
It's smoky for a few days because there's some grass fires. But
oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't mind the heat. I'm all for summer.
Yeah, same here. Especially when we're over here eating raw food. Got to stay warm somehow, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to do a little demo. This is going to be so easy because this is just so simple. It's from the appetizers book from the raw vegan bundle, and it's a spin off of Chef Ocean's contribution to the appetizer book. And I can't give, of course, the exact ingredients away. You guys are going to have to get the ultimate raw vegan bundle in order to know all of that, but we're going to do a little spin off of it, and it's so simple. And I also kind of wanted to just show people like what a salad should look like if you are going to be eating raw vegan, even if the recipe calls for, you know, like if you were to make it a main dish, I guess is what I'm going to do, so that people can understand really that calorie density. You know, we have to focus on volume so that we get enough calories. And when we're eating this way, a lot of the times, unless we're eating lots of nuts and seeds and avocados, we might not get enough calories, and then we might not have enough energy, and then blame the diet and say, hey, I can't do it, you know, I have no energy. It's probably because you're not eating enough, right? Do you find
that's exactly what happened to me a couple of years ago. I wasn't eating enough calories.
Oh, wow.
And Melissa kept reminding me that I had to add more calories or else I would be hungry, especially at night.
Yeah.
Times where I was waking up at 2 in the morning and making a smoothie with 3 bananas because I eaten enough during the day, and then I couldn't sleep. All that fuel that I needed just to stay alive wasn't available. So, and I was losing weight without intending to, and I just have to eat more during the day. So like she said,
I love eating early in the morning, Lauri. Are you somebody that puts off eating? Like, do you eat early in the morning, or do you like to eat kind of later in the night?
I eat early in the morning.
Yeah, me too. I've been trying, you know, for like a really long time. I mean, I say a really long time, but ever since my son was born, I try to like cut it off, and I don't make hard rules, but like
I try to cut it off around 4 p.m. So, you know, I'm 38 years old. So like I would have no problem if I were to be going to restaurants these days for like the early bird special. But I don't eat that food anymore anyways, so I don't have to ever worry about that. But I love eating early in the morning and stopping as early as I can, especially if a social situation doesn't, you know, intrude on that plan, because I sleep so much better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The gut's happy when it doesn't have to digest a lot of heavy food at night. Then your liver can go to work doing its thing, like all the detoxification that goes on when you're sleeping, rejuvenation. So important.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So I have like stains on my shirt because I've been making all the things and I didn't even change it because I'm going to be in the kitchen and I was like, I'm just going to sacrifice this sweatshirt because I keep splattering stuff on it. So apologize in advance for people who are watching this video if I have like splatters on my sweatshirt. It's fine. It's fine and I'm aware, okay? So we're going to kind of put together a salad. Again, this is a spin-off of Chef Ocean from the Appetizer book. And I know that my camera is like really close here, but what I'm going to show you guys is that you got to eat. If you're going to do raw, you got to eat, okay? You got to eat like actual volume. I'm going to stick this back so that I can actually see my head. 1 second. Okay. So, you know, people might be used to like eating 1 cup or like a half of a cup of greens. No, you got to eat some greens. Yeah. You want your calcium, you want your iron. So here's my suggestion for those people who are like not used to eating a lot of greens right now, or just, you know, fibrous vegetables. Chop it nice and small to make it easier to digest. It's less work for your jaw until you get really used to chewing your food super well so that you can absorb, assimilate, digest without stress. And have you ever seen those mezzaluna things, Lauri? The mezzaluna knives in the big wooden bowls where you go like this and you rock it back and forth?
No, I haven't seen those.
Oh my gosh, they're so cool. I think I'm going to invest in one. It's called Holland Mill Bowl or something like that. And I think they ship across the world. But they're really cool, huge wooden bowls, and you just take your knife and like it rolls in the bottom of the bowl. So that's a fun thing people could look into. But I have probably, I don't even know. I never measure my greens. Probably 2 cups. I'm going to add more because we're going to make this like a meal. And the base of this salad, it's just a super simple salad. And that's, you know, I like simple. I tend to really like simple. Getting a lot of variety is also really great for our gut microbiome, but simplistic for those people who again are like kind of leaning into this raw food lifestyle, I think is a great way to ease into it and just keep things kind of simple until your gut gets used to digesting lots of different plant fibers and phytonutrients. So this is, as you can see, I like to tell my clients to eat a salad as big as their head. I mean, like, get it, you know. It's big,
That's a great tip.
And I mean, a big salad. And this is just only half full. I could fill it more. But we're also going to be adding some corn. So this is raw corn, especially when it's in season in the summer. For everybody who has not just eaten raw, fresh corn, you know, I know some people are like weird about corn. I get it. There's genetically modified everything out there, and people are fearing corn these days. But promise, if you get it from your local farmer or if you grow it yourself, you can get some really good organic sweet corn. And if I had more, I would probably put like 3 or 4 corn cobs into one salad if it were a meal, you know, because this is the starch. This is what's going to help us feel full and satiated. Do you like raw corn?
I do. That's the only way I've ever liked corn, actually.
Really? Yeah, it totally tastes. It does not taste as good when it's cooked.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, it's so sweet when it's especially when it's like in season. It's just delicious. You know, Lauri, I actually saw somebody make it was from Forks Over Knives, I believe. They make a corn butter out of raw fresh corn, sweet corn. I'm gonna have to try that this summer. But so we also can do red onion in the salad. Now I actually just have a little sweet onion back here, so I'm doing that. But you could use shallot, you could use green onion. As you can tell, I'm not doing hard measurements. You got to get the bundle if you want all the specific measurements. Lauri and I are in a bundle together. It's called the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, and you can get it, but it's only for a limited time. So it's only going to be here through May 11th, and you're going to get over 400 raw vegan, oil-free, low-fat, whole food, plant-based recipes that are going to help reduce your risk of chronic illness, reduce your risk of obesity and being overweight, high blood pressure, hyperlipidemia. You can avoid all of these things through lifestyle, and food is one of the best ways to do that, eating fresh, whole food. So Lauri, tell me a little bit more about your contribution, as I try not to cry over here with the onion.
I have 23 recipes in my own ebook called My Gentle Kitchen, and then I submitted another 2 recipes for the group appetizer book.
That's awesome.
25.
I was looking for so 25 recipes. That's amazing, and they all look so good. I've got to try your carrot cake. That looks very decadent.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's quite addictive, actually.
Yeah, that's why I don't make those things. Like I heard you on a live saying that you had to put it in the freezer because you would eat it all.
Yeah. Oh, that is 100% true. Yeah.
Same here. Like it's pretty bad because these things that are we're over here trying to get people off of ultra processed food and the standard American diet. But then, like, even these raw foods that are not, like, loaded with sodium, they're not loaded with oil, they're not loaded with refined sugar at all, for people like us who are totally used to not eating these hyper-stimulating processed foods, when we eat these, like, gourmet delights that are in, you know, some of these recipes are in the ebook or in the bundle, like, they are just, like, so good. We can't stop. That's how I am with smoothies. That's how I am with like really nice and fatty like desserts, like shredded carrots and dates. Oh my gosh, I feel like it might be dangerous if I make it.
Yeah. Well, your body knows what it wants.
Totally. You're right. You're so right.
The beet jerky is the first recipe in my ebook. I put everything in alphabetical order, and it's interesting that that ended up that way because when I used to eat meat, years ago, I was following after my dad who liked his steak, and I did eat beef jerky. And so I wanted a substitute now that would satisfy my craving for something chewy for a snack food. Also, very nutritious. And another thing, I was severely anemic. And I was eating beef way back, and I thought, okay, I should not be anemic because that has iron.
Right.
Eating vegan for 2 years. That would have been around 2015. I'd had some surgery, and Melissa said, "Mom, you what you eat, so got to change your diet." So I was eating vegan, about half and half, raw and cooked. Well, a year or so after that, I went to get a blood test, and I was not anemic anymore, and that is the only thing that I did differently. Now, I was eating a lot of beets because I love raw beets. I don't care for them cooked, never have, but I like raw beets. So I was grating them in salads, and then I would make a dressing with lemons so that the citrus, the vitamin C, would help my body absorb the iron from the beets. Yeah. So I think that played a major part. So and my doctor, she said, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it."
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So this beet jerky has a grounded up beet in it. And that's what makes the red color to look like beef. And it even looks like jerky, like that you
So
buy in the store.
is the base beets?
Yeah, I have a sample in my fridge. I could go get it and show everybody.
Oh yeah, go get it. Go get the beets. I'm
will.
making the salad over here. You go get that.
Great. I'll go get it, and I'll be right back.
Perfect. I'm still making this arugula corn salad. This is from the appetizer book in the raw vegan bundle. If you have not gotten it yet, you guys need to get it because it's going to go away forever on May 11th. Now, after May 11th, you're going to be able to get all of the contributions that we put into this bundle, but there's 40 different people, there's 40 different contributions. And if you were to buy it all, you know, a la carte from all of us, it would be $1,800. But if you get the bundle, it's only $50, and you're gonna get raw soups, stews, smoothies, pizzas, wraps, salads, vegan gourmet treats, delights, desserts, jerky, you know, energy balls, bars, brownies, pie, cobblers, like literally all the good things, and it's high vibration living food. It's so good. There's even some, you know, little tutorials about sprouting and fermenting, and it's just so invaluable. If you want to turn your life around, turn your health around, turn your energy around, reduce your inflammation, drop the weight, feel good, this bundle is for you. So I'm showing a corn arugula salad from from the appetizers book from Chef Ocean, and Lauri is showing her beet jerky from her book called My Gentle Kitchen.
You guys can see that.
Look at that.
This is,
Cohen, do you want to make beet jerky?
kids love it. And it's flexible and chewy.
Wow. And high in iron.
Yes. Yes. And when you put the sauce on, you're slathering it on like you would ice a cake. So it doesn't matter if there's blobs here and there, because you're going to put it in the dehydrator, and that's going to dehydrate just the right amount. So you want it flexible. You don't want it to snap. That's too dried out. Yeah. So there's a suggestion.
It's truly like a chewy jerky.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. I love it. I made corn tortillas yesterday or the day before to make the enchiladas with, and I ate all of the enchiladas for breakfast. That was like first thing after my kiwi this morning. They were so good. I didn't even have to put the cheesy sauce on them. And let me show you what I did. I had just a few tortillas left because it made 7 tortillas. I ate 1, and then I made 4 enchiladas, and I had 2 tortillas left.
Oh, my gosh, I made that recipe too.
Yeah.
And I just made the tortillas. I just took them out of the food dehydrator this morning. And so, yeah, I know what you mean. That recipe is incredible. I reduced half the spices, though, because I'm not into spices as much as my daughter is, and it was perfect.
And look, yeah, I mean, see, here's the thing. It's not like baking. Like, I mean, with raw food eating, and even with these, like, gourmet recipes, like, yes, you kind of have to follow them like a science. To, you know, especially if you're adding psyllium husk or, like, a certain amount of, like, if it's for something super gourmet, like the wraps or like pizza crust, like things like that, you're gonna kind of want to follow more strictly. Versus like a salad like this, you don't have to eat just a half a cup of arugula or have 1 tomato. You can have 4 tomatoes, right? Like you can make like just for you, and that's the beauty of cooking and getting in the kitchen too. And out of those tortillas that I made that were from the enchiladas book, or from the enchilada in the Make It Raw or the appetizers book, which one was it from? Do you remember?
It was Enchanted Enchiladas from Make It Raw 2.
Okay, from Make It Raw 2.
Listen, Chef AJ collaborated, and it was Chef AJ's recipe, and Melissa revised it to be raw vegan.
Right, right. Love it. So I took those tortillas and I made chips out of them. And I've been eating the chips. So look at this, you guys. So versatile. You can do that with the wraps too that are also in the Make It Raw hand salad book, I've been making the wraps and cutting them into 4 and then making little rolls, like kind of like a sushi roll for my son. And they're just amazing. So anyways, I could put this on top. I could serve this with my salad with like a yummy green salsa verde, maybe like an avocado guacamole. A guacamole would be really good with that, actually, because this is a really low-fat salad. So again, in here I have arugula, fresh corn, sweet onion, tomato. Then I'm just going to make like a quick dressing. So I have a little bit of water here because the base of this dressing is citrusy, like that's the fluid. But when I do tahini lemon things, I don't know, I feel like the tahini is already bitter enough. So if I put too much lemon juice, it might be more bitter. So I use a little bit of water to cut it. Now, for me, I use pure lemon juice in a glass jar for the times that I don't have fresh lemon. This is a thing like where people, you know, it's not about perfection. Like it doesn't have to be a fresh like it's okay if you don't have a fresh lemon. Like find what you can and do what you can with what you have, right?
Yeah.
Right. And
yeah.
you're making
it work.
Don't let it stop you from getting the healthy food in, you know? Yeah. So I'm doing a little water, a little lemon juice, and we're going to do tahini. There are so many different tahini textures out there, Lauri. Isn't it so interesting? Some are like runny, some are not at all.
Well, the first thing I do is pour off the oil that is on the top. Yeah. Yeah,
it's just so interesting. Some of them are so smooth and even like in a squeeze bottle sometimes, and some of them are like dry and crusty. It's you never know what you're gonna get. But this is whole tahini, so it hasn't been, you know, separated from the whole of the seed, so you're getting all the beneficial fiber. I'm also going to put some smoked paprika in here for some flavor, and you could put like onion powder, garlic powder, but this is like the simplest recipe for a dressing because you don't have to use a blender. A lot of recipes for dressings, especially ones like that I make, because I typically put like a date in there to sweeten it up, or like a sun-dried tomato, or I don't know, even like dehydrated caramelized onions. I usually blend that, but this is just a really easy dressing in a bowl. And even if you guys didn't have a bowl to mix this in, like if you wanted to make this just a one-pot thing, you could just drizzle your tahini and lemon juice and spices and just massage it with your hands and make a delicious salad. You know, it doesn't have to be super scary. But I'm going to put that on to the salad. It's a little watery. It's okay. I can add more tahini later if I need to. Sometimes I put, you know, like date puree on my salads. I love just date puree and tahini mixed together. So I keep date puree in my, you could call it date syrup, you could call it date paste or date puree, but I keep it in my fridge at all times in ball jars. And it's literally just medjool dates mixed with equal parts water blended until it's super smooth, and it will last for weeks. So I'll use, you know, I'll blend a lot because I use it a lot. I use it in drinks. You know, if you're fully raw, I know you probably aren't steeping a lot of teas, but I love herbal teas. We grow herbs at our farm and in our garden, and you can make, you know, sun tea, or just infuse it, simple infusions where you're not using heat. And I love to sweeten our teas with the date puree. It's just the easiest salad dressing ever if you just add some spices to it. Or not, like you could just keep it date puree as your dressing. It's just delicious. But arugula is in season right now, you guys. So it's an early spring crop. So if you can get to your local farmer's market and get some arugula, do it because it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's in a cruciferous. It's so spicy. It's in a cruciferous family.
Yeah.
So it has compounds that are going to help your body create sulforaphane, And that is a cancer-crushing compound in cruciferous vegetables, specifically when you eat them raw. So having a salad like this is really going to be awesome for the sulforaphane power. If you were to add broccoli sprouts on this, it would make it even more potent for the sulforaphane content. But I mean, this is super healthy, and honestly, it's really not even like, I would add more to make this a meal, like more tomatoes, you know, the chips, again, like I could do the chips on the side with a guacamole, you know, to make it a meal. Like when we're eating these plants, guys, we have to really load up. What do you do for breakfast, Lauri? Are you a smoothie person?
I'm 100% smoothie person.
Are
I
you?
have 4 bananas and a mango almost every morning. Sometimes I switch it up and I'll have 4 bananas always. And I'll add pineapple or papaya, strawberries, raspberries. I have to blend the raspberries first though and put them through a sieve because the seeds bother my guts. So I just get the raspberry puree. It's delicious. Wow.
Yeah,
So that's
a good idea, because I do make smoothies with like blackberries, and I have a ton of black raspberries that I picked last season in our freezer. And my husband and my son always complain about the seeds. And that's a really great idea to just puree it first.
Yeah, yeah. And then just press it. I use the back of a spoon over a bowl to press it through, and I just keep stirring and pressing. It only takes a few minutes. So what you're left with is all the seeds, but the puree comes through the colander.
That's a really great idea. That's why I love blueberries, because they don't do that, but or strawberries. But raspberries and black raspberries have such special compounds. I wish I could remember what they are, but like I've learned over the years, black raspberries, blackberries, and raspberries in particular have, I think, very special.
Is it resveratrol? Is that the right word?
Yeah, resveratrol. That's found in grapes mostly, but I think that it's in other fruits as well. But it's mostly found in grapes and wine. But you can get it from grapes if you eat enough. Namaste Crochet says, I'm making a smoothie now, and I added 4 bananas. Love that. That must be the secret ingredient. Do you like your bananas really ripe, or are you more of a green tip type of banana girl?
Always ripe. Always ripe.
Right. Yeah.
They've got to have spots on them for sure.
That's how I am, and that's how I also think is optimal for the body. However, I did have viral overload after having viruses multiple times over the last few years, in addition to Epstein-Barr and some other things. And I had to repair my gut. So green bananas actually are higher in prebiotic fiber, so that can feed the beneficial gut bugs. So I like to kind of, like when I'm making nice cream, I'll do like half and half to kind of just increase the prebiotic fiber. It also makes a different texture of an ice cream that I find is kind of fluffy. It's a little bit more fluffy.
Yeah, I don't like too many spots. I like them when there's just spots but not overripe. So I like the extra starch in a banana that hasn't gone like over the top, right?
Yeah. This one's like This is like what you do in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I do find, you're right, like that starch, that extra starch before it turns into sugar, for me, it just keeps me so much fuller. You know? I can eat.
Yeah.
I can eat. Yeah. I'm not a smoothie person. I think that's very unpopular. But I would rather just chomp on 4 big bananas and a mango versus the smoothie, because for me, I used to have like a processed food addiction, like an ice cream addiction, a processed food addiction, sweets addiction. I just have that past. And I think a lot of us do. They just don't know that they're addicted to these super hyper palatable foods before they break free from them. So for me, a smoothie or a milkshake, it kind of brings me back to like the days when if I were to whatever, go through the drive-through or make a milkshake at home, it would be gone in seconds flat. So
Yeah.
I literally just have no control. So I have to eat my food versus blending it up a lot. But smoothies are super wildly popular. And like one of the best ways I think for people to just get nutrient dense fruits and veggies into their day, you know, I think it's a great bridge or a great daily thing for people that just want to eat more raw, eat more plants, make a good smoothie.
Yeah. And another reason why I like a smoothie in the morning is because every morning I will sit and crochet for about an hour and a half, and then I have a straw, I sip my smoothie, and that's my wake up time and thinking about the day, and it really fuels my body. I feel like I've just changed my spark plugs.
I love that.
It's my time.
Yeah. That's something that I think that everybody that's listening to this and gets to hear this amazing conversation that we're having, I think that everybody needs to, and I know that this is so easy to say, like maybe you're a mom of 6 that's listening to this or something, but, and I'm just gonna preface this with saying, as a lifestyle wellness mentor and as a coach, to drop the victim mentality and to just do what you can to have some time for yourself in the morning. Sorry, here comes one of 3 dogs. Some time in the morning just for you. Even if it's 5 minutes, it will literally create the biggest difference in your day. It will take you from a sympathetic state of waking up in reactionary, go, no matter what you're doing. Even if you're homeschooling like me, like sometimes if I wake up and I don't have my time to myself and I'm like, oh, breakfast, oh, you know, like it's just the rest of the day is chaotic. In an ideal world, in most days, I'm waking up, I'm walking straight to my office, which is kind of like it's also like my yoga room. I have my walking treadmill there and I just do all the things in there most of the time. I'll put my legs up the wall and just sit there, or I will listen to a podcast that's inspiring to me. And obviously then think about the beautiful fruits that I'm going to start my day with, because I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? It's usually 2 to 3 kiwis, because for somebody like me who has a history of IBS, that actually, here's a fun tip, 2 to 3 kiwis is it's proven time and time again to help with constipation. So if you have slow motility, if you have thyroid issues, kiwi can be very, very helpful for you. So I always typically start my day with 2 to 3 kiwis, and then it's more fruit, typically dates. I'll blend them with like some sencha tea powder, decaffeinated water processed decaffeinated sencha tea for the catechins. And then, yeah, that's how I do. So I guess I do kind of make a smoothie, but it's not really a smoothie. It's a drink. It's a morning drink. So that's how I start my day. What was I going to tell you? Oh, yeah, but take the time for you. That's Lauri and my reminder for right now. Like, you matter so much, and your wellness can shift with just little tiny habits. So whether it's you getting up and crocheting, or you getting up and putting your legs up the wall for 5 minutes, even just 5 minutes can shift your entire state from sympathetic to parasympathetic. You're not in fight or flight anymore. You're in rest and digest. You're in your intuitive state to take care of yourself, to continue down the path of your ideal life. And if like getting to our ideal existence is not anything that you're ever going to get to unless you're consistently putting yourself into a little bit of a discomfort zone. I didn't know we were going to get so I didn't know I was going to get so deep, but like seriously.
Like mines.
Right? It starts with the food, like fuel your body. Like this is step 1, but also
Mhm.
just wherever you can start is good, and celebrate all of the wins that you're going to have along the way, and expect for things to not be perfect sometimes, and you're going to have some roadblocks, and maybe you'll derail, maybe you'll forget a day to have legs up the wall or take time in the morning. But like, if you can create little tiny habits that are going to become the fabric of your life, your entire life can change.
Yes. Yeah. Well said. Yeah. Another thing I do is before I go to bed at night, I turn off my cell phone and I put it in the closet and shut the door. So when I get up in the morning,
Like
I don't see it. I don't see it. All I do is drink my smoothie, crochet, and that puts me in that balanced state. So I feel like I can do anything now.
Right. I used to, strictly for the purposes of the fact that, well, I guess it just helps my mind too, but because of EMF and stuff like that, I would turn my phone in airplane mode and put it outside of the bedroom, because our son, he's almost 6, he still co-sleeps with us, and I didn't want to have anything near his head. And I still turn on my airplane mode at night, but it's now by my bed, and I have found myself getting into that habit of looking at my phone. Like, I get really super mad at my husband if he looks at his phone before or right when we wake up. I'm like, why are you doing that? You're not present. And I do the same thing. I'm such a hypocrite. Like, I have to stop. I get mad at him because it's something that I know that I don't want to do myself. So anyways, but yeah, I always tell, I work with women, and I used to teach entrepreneurs, and I would always tell them to create before you consume. So whether that's creating content for your business, or whether that's creating something nourishing for yourself, like food, do that before you consume anything, meaning not like eat something, but consuming something on social media. Do something for you that's going to move your life forward before you look at somebody else's. It's game changing.
And don't compare.
Oh, God. So
Yeah.
easy to say, Lauri. Yeah. It's so easy, right?
I know.
I agree 100%.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It is. It's a trap. I'm putting more tomato on this so that we can make the salad a little bit more pretty, and then we'll probably wrap up. But Lauri and I, we are contributors in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, guys, and we have pulled together over 30 people in the health and wellness space, in the foodie space. There's chefs, there's doctors, there's naturopathic practitioners. There are just amazing humans in this amazing Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. And there are over 400 oil-free, low-fat, whole food, plant-based, raw vegan recipes. This is not a book where you're going to look at it and be like, oh my God, I'm so, or where you get it and you're going to try all the recipes and be like, oh my God, I'm starving, I'm so hungry. No, these are like life-giving foods that real people who are living at least a whole food, plant-based lifestyle, if not a fully raw vegan lifestyle, 24/7 24/7 all the time. This is what we eat. These are foods that we eat. And you can modify the recipes to make them more or less depending on your energy needs. But I promise kids will love these recipes. Significant others will love these recipes. You will love these recipes. Some are super simple. Some are difficult and hard and fun. Get in the kitchen and challenge yourself culinarily. But the bundle's only here until the 11th of May. And when it's gone forever. Yeah. And I think that appetizers book, Lauri, I didn't get my submission in because I was dealing with some things, trying to get my health on track, and I didn't want to stress myself out getting any recipes in the appetizer book. But the appetizer book, I feel like, is almost one of the best in the whole bundle, because it's just, there's a lot of yummy things in there. And that book will be gone. It won't be available to sell afterward. So Everything else in the bundle will be available for single purchase, but that would cost you $1,800. And if you get the bundle now before it's gone on the 11th, you can get it for $50. So go to the link in either of our bios and get the bundle, because this is going to be your tool, your resource to get you on track to live your ideal life. So you can feel better, so you can have more mental clarity, so you can have better digestion, dropping the inflammation, getting more intentional with your time. There's yoga, there's how to manifest your dream life. I haven't even read that one. Have you, Lauri?
Yes, I did, by Ted Carr.
Was it good?
I made notes. Yeah.
You made notes. I love it.
I did. And I read Sachi's book, I Love My Body. I read that. That's
I started looking at that one today.
Yeah. And Nate's kitchen course.
Oh God, Nate's awesome. Lissa and Nate are just, they're just
I have, yeah, I know. I'm so blessed to be close to them. Yeah. Like if I had to pick a son-in-law, he would be it. There's no question. It's perfect.
For sure. There's a kitchen essentials course, how to manifest your dream life, yin yoga, fitness, but it's vegan kids and babies. And then, of course, all of these recipes. And they're so good and so fresh.
Yeah.
And make you feel amazing. They hydrate you. They're living foods. Yeah. This is the way, this can be your key to shifting your life. And Lauri and I live this plant-based lifestyle, and we're here to help, inspire you. So make sure that you continue following both of us along this journey, because the way we roll, and we're here to help you. So, Lauri, it was so awesome. What?
We were texting this morning about my happy jicama salad, because I asked you if you ate it yet, and that was a game changer for me. Once I made that up, I had it in the fridge, and I'd have it like with a wrap for lunch, and then I'd have to have more for dinner, and then the next day I'd have some for lunch again, and then I'd have some for a snack. Oh, God.
Jicama is so good. I love jicama. The first time that I experienced jicama was when I was trying to make a raw vegan sushi. And full transparency, I don't live fully raw. Not all the time. I do go through spurts.
I don't either. I don't either. Once in a while, I like a cooked butternut squash, especially in the fall.
I'm a Hawaiian sweet potato girl. Like the white on the outside, purple on the inside. Give me those every day, and I would be happy, really happy. But we're trying to grow those on our farm this year, by the way. We'll see if that works. But but anyways, where was I going with that? What was I going to say? Oh, where was I?
Sometimes you're not all raw. Sometimes you something raw, vegan cooked food.
Yes. But before that, you said something
about
that was
the
jicama. The first time that I was trying to make it was a raw vegan sushi roll, and it was really good because the jicama was pulverized in the food processor with the addition of vinegar. There was vinegar in there, and I think that there was sugar and salt in there as well. I think it was from actually Alicia Silverstone's The Kind Diet book, and that was actually one of the books. That was my first vegan book that actually changed my entire life. Aside from the journey before that, when I saw some documentaries, but those recipes are really good. So just FYI, there's a free shout out for Alicia's The Kind Diet book. There's macrobiotic recipes in there. But anyways, you dehydrate that, the pulverized jicama with the spices, the sauces and stuff like that. And it made this delicious sushi rice, and it was so good. But I also love green papaya. Do you ever use that?
Is that just unripe papaya, or is there
think so. I mean, they sell it at the grocery store as green papaya. But I don't know if it's like bred to be whatever, but it's probably just unripe,
That
most likely.
needs to Google and find that out.
That would be something to go down the rabbit hole on, that's for sure. But I actually shredded that and put it in a wrap. And it's like, because there was a recipe in the bundle calling for green papaya. I don't know where it went. I got to go find it again. I think it was like in a slaw. But I put the strips in a wrap, and it was like a crunchy cucumber that wasn't too wet. So that was really awesome. And it kind of reminded me of jicama, of like the crunch of jicama.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely making your jicama slaw tomorrow. And I'm going to use my the carrots, because I think you call for shredded carrots. There's a pro tip, you guys. Get yourself a really good food processor, or one that has a really fine shredded blade.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I'll just take like a 3-pound bag of carrot. I mean, because I'll use this for all the things, you know, and they're really sweet. I mean, they're so good when they're so finely shredded. It just completely changes the flavor profile. I am obsessed, and I think that this is going to be so good. I'll probably use my food processor, Lauri, just to experiment with it and see with the jicama if it can get that fine for the slaw.
I think it can. I think it can.
Yeah.
It's very much like a carrot.
And it's just really fresh. I mean, you're just using really fresh ingredients, and I think it's going to be super refreshing. So I'm excited for it.
How many jicamas do you have?
I only have one, so it's not going to go very far.
Gotta go buy another round.
Yeah.
Because the secret's out. The secret's out. That's made with jicama.
Oh, that's what I asked you earlier. So, okay, so your coating is made with beets, but the the jerky is made with jicama.
Base, yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
When you dehydrate jicama, it just turns so perfectly chewy.
Chewy, yeah. And I didn't know
it has the perfect amount of sugar in it.
Yes. Yeah, so this was an experiment that worked.
That is
And another
awesome.
thing you can do with this is make a BLT,
Yeah.
like bacon strips. And I have friends who have been trying my recipes, and they're not vegan. They're not even plant-based. They're not even vegetarian, and they've been loving them. So that is like
That's awesome.
pretty
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, I have to. Hey, Cohen, do you want to walk to the grocery store? We're gonna take. I see storm clouds, but I think we have time to get there. It's about 1.7 miles. So we've been trained. We've just,
So you'll
try to walk as much.
for this recipe to make 35 pieces approximately. You'll need a jicama about the size of a small grapefruit.
Okay.
You know, if you put your fingers together.
Yeah. Cool.
So.
And that's not a hard thing to find. I think people are like, what is that? But like, honestly, they have it at most regular grocery stores these days. Like, it's not that hard to find. You don't have to go to the international grocery store to find a jicama most of the time. They're not going to have it at Aldi if you guys are, you know, Aldi. And I don't think Trader Joe's has jicama. They might. They have sliced jicama taco shells at Trader Joe's. So you could actually probably use those and slice them in little strips for Lauri's jerky.
You could, yeah. If you have just the sliced jicama, then you can cut it the other way to make little strips. Because I like making them this size because they look like beef jerky, but they're not, of course.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to try that.
Okay.
So we have we only have what? We have 5 days left, you guys, to get the raw vegan bundle before it's gone. So if you want 400 plus recipes that are going to help you get on your way to a plant-based lifestyle, raw vegan lifestyle, or just even if you're not plant-based at all and don't even want to be, like, you're still going to love these recipes, and you can incorporate them into your life, and you will feel so good when you do. Nope. No. Okay, for 4 minutes, and then we're walking to the grocery store. We're going to walk to the grocery store and get some jicama because I have so much energy. All I've been doing is like, because I'm fully raw right now, and I'm just moving around. Are all the jicama pretty good, or is there a trick to choosing one? That's a good question, Namaste Crochet. What do you
want
think?
any soft spots on them, and they won't last in your fridge as long as carrots will. So I bought them coated with wax,
Right.
so I just of course cut that off. But they're they will go bad after too long in your fridge.
Yeah.
I rescued one a few days ago that I had been pushed to the back, and I just cut off. There were a couple of soft spots, and yeah, just use them fairly soon after you buy them.
Just make sure that it's like firm, and like the smoother the texture on the outside, typically the more like crunchy and crispy it's gonna be. If it's kind of like an apple, like you can tell like you're gonna get a really good juicy apple, or if it's gonna be kind of like it's been sitting there forever, like the texture will be a little bit softer, like, or more like bendable if it's been sitting there for too long. So just make sure it's like nice and firm.
Yeah, it's actually called a Mexican potato.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
that's
so
what
keep
why
them in
I
the
like
fridge
it.
for sure. They need to be kept cold, especially if it's warm out. You don't want them going off. Yeah, and you don't want any mold growing on one. Look for that.
Yes.
Just
that
use soon. Yeah. And if you can't use it soon, I haven't tried freezing them, but I bet you if you slice them up first, they would freeze well. Yeah, I think they would.
You're probably right, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? That might even make the jerky texture good. Freezing it first. I'm going to have to experiment with all of this. I'm excited.
I haven't tried that, so I can't guarantee it. This was fresh jicama.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to be too soggy. I mean, you could try it, but if it means not wasting it, you could put it in the freezer and just eat it as a snack. You might not want to use it in a recipe, but I'm all about labeling food so that I don't lose track of things, because I mean, food is expensive right now, and you want the most for your dollar. What do you got going there?
So this is the V8 wrap from Lisa's hand salad book, but being the like cook, the chef, whatever you want to say I am, I'm not a chef, the kitchen woman that I am, I had to modify the recipe because I modify most everything to fit my flavors, and I put pizza seasoning on the outside of this, so it's got a very dynamic flavor going on. These wraps are so full of flavor that you don't even have to put anything special inside of them aside from fresh, breaded, chopped vegetables and fruit. I did mango in one. That was yesterday with the green papaya, cilantro. Okay, Cohen, drop it and walk inside. Sorry, I have a 6-year-old going crazy with the dog outside. But I actually, Lauri, think I'm going to take this. And you guys, this recipe is in the hand salads book from Lisa at Raw Food Romance. You can get this book in the bundle. When she sells this book after the bundle, it's going to be pretty much the same price as if you were to just get the bundle. So you need to get the bundle so you can get 39 other contributions, other recipe books, plus this hand salad book. So I think I'm going to take this arugula salad that I just made from Chef Ocean, and I'm going to roll it. I'm going to roll it up in this V8 wrap that has the pizza seasoning. Like, this is going to be so good.
And nutritious. Wow, it's incredible. Okay.
Right?
Thank you for showing me those. I'm inspired.
Oh my God, you guys are rolling. Yeah. You guys get the bundle. Don't miss out. Lauri and I have given a whole bunch of nuggets. So if you didn't get to watch this whole thing, I'll be posting this, and Lauri will have it posted maybe on her feed as well once I get her tagged. So you guys can watch back and get some inspiration on how to just change your life, healthy living, healthy eating tips and tricks, habit tips, and then again, we're here to remind you to get the Raw Vegan Bundle before it's gone. On May 11th, it will be gone forever. It's such an amazing deal. $50 for $1,800 worth of content. Don't miss it. And get yourself a dehydrator if you really want to have fun in the kitchen, or just get yourself a knife and a cutting board and some fresh fruit and vegetables, and get to chopping and get to eating and fueling your body with life-giving plants. So, Lauri, it was so nice meeting you. I have to go rally my son before something goes bad in the backyard. So.
Okay, and happy jicama. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. I will tag you when I make the jicama salad. I'm so excited.
Oh, it'll be fun. Okay, thanks again.
Well, take care.
Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.